What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check. How's everybody doing? Personal mix that up a little bit. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. YouTube world, how we doing? TikTok world and Kick. Kick is live. I think Kick is working today. We'll have to see if it stays on. What kind of photography do you want to do? What camera you got? What's up, buddy? On TikTok, I'm using a Canon R10. What kind of photography do you want to do? Thanks for asking, though. What kind of camera do you got? Let's see. Portrait. Headshots. No, not headshots. Portrait. Landscape. Sports. I think is a pretty popular one. Sports, or let's see, it's another one. Wildlife. Start poll. What's up, YouTube? Welcome in. Jean Paul, what's up, brother? How are you? Can I get a mic check real quick? Can you help me upgrade my webcam to a nice camera, not big expensive, but for streaming? Yeah, buddy. What kind of budget are you working with, man? What kind of budget are you working with? Right, meow. I need to move this mic over. What I need to do. I'm gonna move this mic over soon. Maybe I'll do this for now. $500, $800. Oh, bro, you can get something nice for that, man. What's your review about the A7? It's A7 V is sick, dude. A7 V is sick. Have you heard of the Sigma 16? Yeah, dude, I have 4 of those lenses, broski. Literally 4 of them. I'm actually using one right now. This camera right here, this is the 50mm with the 16mm. I'm sorry. This is the R50 with the 16mm, the f1.4. Are you editor? I'm not a professional editor, but I edit, my own stuff, and I have a I work as a full-time content creator, so I do a lot of editing, but I wouldn't call myself like an editor. Pink Unicorn, what up, Pink Unicorn? I need to get some horns in here. That's what I need to do. I think I need, wait, hold on. I think I might have added it. What is it? Stream Deck? Stream Deck. Yeah, in terms of a webcam though, buddy, you got a lot of options. It's a great budget, man. What camera are you currently thinking about right now? Soundboard. What is it called? Not Wavelink. Voice mod. Play sound. Here it is. The choose sound. Blood. Crooked dog. Let me know. No, it's this one. TMB. Air horn. Here we go. That's just crazy loud. My bad. I'll find a better one. that one won't let me pause it. All right, Pink Unicorn. Anytime somebody I know enters the chat, they're gonna get air horns. Maybe I'll control that. I'll lower the volume on that if I can. That's too funny. Are you using an FX30? I'm not using an FX30. How are you? I'm good, Pink Unicorn. Thanks for asking. How are you? Can you buy me a 104? I cannot. Sony ZV-E10. Nice, dude. Yeah, Sony ZV-E10's all right. ZV-E10 2 is better. I probably wouldn't buy an original ZV-E10. What is your content, if you don't mind me asking? Emmanuel, you can find all of my links, broski, right in my link in bio. You can hit my little profile page, and I'll show you how to get there. So basically, you hit on my profile picture right here, and then my first link right here. You can check out all of my links, my YouTube channel, my media kit, my TikTok, my Instagram. I'm actually currently multi-streaming to YouTube, TikTok, and for the first time, Kick. So I'm just kind of making Macho. What's up, Macho? How are you? YouTube's kind of quiet right now. It's all right though. Are you using an FX3? I am not. I'm using a R10 and a R50. Any thoughts on the Sennheiser? No thoughts. I think I'm gonna buy a Sennheiser soon though, because I did see when I added one to my shopping cart the other day, and I can't remember which one it was exactly. Let's see. Cart. Yeah, I want to buy one of these because they were kind of cheap. It's probably old. I have to do some research, but I wanted to get one of these. 269. I definitely don't need another mic, but I'll probably check one out. Which one were you looking at? MKE 400? I don't even know what that one is. The 600 MKE 400. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, that's the one everybody uses. It looks pretty cool. It looks legit to me. Yeah, it looks legit to me. I was gonna buy the 600 one, you know, just to check it out. All right, let's get some windows open here because I know you guys like checking that stuff out. But yeah, feel free to guys to check out all my YouTube channel. I just started on Kick. We're working our way, man. We're trying to do the damn thing, slowly but surely. You're fire. Am an editor, by the way. Okay, cool. FX3 is overrated. Hey, Andrew, you think it's overrated? Coming from a Sony guy? No. I think it's properly rated. El Chocho Roll. What's up, my friend? How are you? Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to the YouTube. Oh, Andrew, here you go. You get horns, buddy. Andrew has joined the chat. Believe it or not, guys, Andrew and I used to not get along. It was totally one-sided, though. He got offended because I said some shit about Sony. Some arguably true things about Sony. I'm just messing, Andrew. It's good to see you, broski. Are you a movie fan? Going to see? Ooh, I wanted to read that book. I'm excited for that movie, though, because I love space movies. I am a movie fan for sure. For sure. Macho, what lens are you using? For TikTok, I'm using a 23mm Sigma. I'm actually using, guys, if you're interested in any of the gear that I'm currently using, you can find all of my stuff. If you're on TikTok, you can go to my profile page, my link in bio, and then I have all of my stuff in the first link, Amazon Selects. And here you can see all of the gear that I'm using. For TikTok, what I'm currently using is the 23mm Sigma. I'm using this lens right meow. Really nice lens. The 23mm is quickly becoming one of my favorite lenses. Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck me. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I almost died there. ET Visions also looking into a small video tripod fluid head close to the floor level, you know. I have one, but I mean, what kind of, do you need like a heavy duty one? I buy like table tripods. I also have this really nice one called iFootage. That's a really good one too. Saw Helm. No spoilers. No spoiler. I gotta see it. I haven't read the book, but I'm interested in reading the book too. Pink unicorn. Do what to you? Whoa. Pause. Pause. Julia. Oh you got the care package. Nice. You didn't open it yet? You gotta open it, dude. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Listen, here's one thing that I can tell you about creating content, guys. If you wait for the right moment for everything to be perfect, you're never gonna get that video out. Just set it up, set up a nice light, a nice well-lit area, and just create the video. Just create the video. I struggle from this myself, you know what I mean? I like something that I struggle with as well, trying to get everything perfect, this and that, but like, just do it. Just do it. If you guys can learn anything from me and my streams, is just go for it. Just give it a whirl. Don't do anything illegal, kids. Ooh, I need a cop sound. I'll add a cop sound too. For beginners, which do you recommend? Not high budget. I think I might have missed your comment here. For beginner cameras, R50, R50V. I missed your message. What was your message, buddy? Hi, brother. How do you connect your mic to TikTok Studio? You just select it as an audio source, buddy. That's it. It's pretty easy. You have to select it as an audio source in TikTok Studio. It's down at the bottom. I will tomorrow. I had a sick baby. It's all good. It's all good. I'm just saying, whenever you got a chance, you know, this is just general advice to creating content. It's like when you wait for the perfect moment to come up, you're never gonna be ready. You're just gonna put it off. So a better approach is just open it when you can. You know, not open it, just create the content when you can. You know. Is Viltrox Air lenses good? I've never used them, but they look like cheap lenses to me. They look all right though, pretty inexpensive. Hello, Sony A7 Mark III and a Sigma 24-70 is good. It is good, yeah, for sure. We got our first viewer over on Kick, you guys. Look at that, we're doing something. Wow. What's up, Kick? I don't know what anything looks like over here. I have no idea what's happening. To have one viewer on Kick, though? It's a round of applause, boys and girls. Round of applause. Let's see. Luis, hello. For photography, should I combine a Canon R50 and a 100-400 f4? Which 100-400 is that? The R50 is fine. That 100-400 is kind of not my favorite lens in the world. Would it be fine to use an iPhone 14 Pro Max as a monitor for my R5 Mark II, or should I buy? I would buy a monitor. The iPhone is fine to use in the meantime, but typically when I'm out in the field, I like to have specified gear for specific reasons, and a phone to me is a phone. You know, is it good for you to like, is it fine for you in a pinch to use? Like, for example, you set your camera up and you want to do a talking head and you use it to monitor yourself for a period of time to make sure you're in frame and like set the focus points and all stuff. Yeah, sure. But as a dedicated monitor, use it for until you save up for the monitor that you need, you know? And monitors aren't that expensive, man. Anywhere from like $150 to $250, you can get something pretty decent. I have some stuff on my Amazon storefront as well if you want to check it out. You should get back to portfolio reviews on stream. Love that content. Love this stuff too. Jackson Lace, I am going to do it, broski, but I'm only going to be doing it for channel members over on YouTube. Yeah, I think I'm only going to do it for channel members on YouTube, and then I don't know how I'm going to do it on Kick. But yeah, I'm only going to be doing it for channel members on YouTube, just because I want to like, I don't want to be overloaded with like a bunch, because those review lives, they got crazy, and I feel like it wasn't as productive as I could have made it. You know, I love the experience because I did learn a lot. Chester Captures, what up, Chester Captures? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Very true. I'm always a big procrastinator and always worried about the what ifs. Yeah. No, we all are. We all are, Julia. We all are. No, that kit that I sent you, dude, it has the mic, it has the tripod, it has the flash, It has a little stand for your cell phone. It has one thing that I did. I wanted to make you something. It has this little snap-on ring thing that I was telling you about. Whoops, hold on. Whoopsie, forgot to turn on this camera, guys. It has one of these things. Oh, I forgot to change this lens again. I got the wrong lens on here. One of these rings so that you can mount it to stuff. And like you can use it as a MagSafe, because I know you don't have an iPhone. So this little snap-on ring is like, you know, you can add accessories to it. And that way you can use your phone anywhere. You know, well, you can use it with like MagSafe accessories. So what else was in there? A light. The mic, I think you'll really like. Yeah, I had a couple things. Yeah, very true. Is a A6000 plus a 16 of 50 good for videos and photos? Yeah, hell yeah, B. You're very inspiring though. Thank you, Julia. Appreciate that. We all got to start somewhere, you know? We all got to start somewhere. Bro Chacho, brother. What up, buddy? How much will I charge my clients on birthday party photography? For like event coverage, I usually like to charge, if it's like a family, and the photos like a local, you know, you didn't have to drive too far, about $100 an hour is what I do for birthday party coverage. Minimum of 2 hours. You know, you always want to do a minimum. So about $100 an hour, 2 hour minimum. That way you got $200. And then if they want more coverage, they can pay you an extra for another hour or two, but that's about pretty standard. That's what I would do. That's what I've done in the past for me. Just a first timer. No worries, Palones. Bro, good evening. Gerald, I have a question. What's up, Gerald? What up, broski? Broski, bro chacho. What's up, y'all? Yeah, guys, I am multi-streaming. I added Kick to my stream, and I got 2 viewers over there. Crazy. I don't know how to talk to them. I don't know how those people. Yo, yesterday I went live on Kick just to like test it out for a second, and within like 5 minutes I had people 2 comments saying, hey, come check out my website, like spammers or whatever. So I'm very new to Kick. I have no idea what the audience is like over there, but we're gonna give it a try. Hi, Kick. That's funny. Yeah, they can totally see your chat too, because I have the combined chat over there. But we'll see. People are just lurking over there. Earlier, so this is a little brief story about just pulling the trigger on something and just like going for it. Kick was acting super weird earlier, and I wouldn't, you know, had no idea what the issue was, but I did a little bit of research and I found out that when you're multi-streaming, I have a pretty beefy machine, a pretty beefy computer, and I want the max settings on everything, but I learned that Kick only accepts a certain amount of bitrate sent out to their platform, and I was sending them too high of a bitrate, like 10,000 or something, and they only accept like a maximum of 9,000. So I put mine at like 8,500, and now my stream seems to be stable, which is the more you know. I didn't know that. Yeah, I gotta play around with the whole Kick thing to see if there's any interactive bits over there. But for the 2 people that are over there on Kick, hello, how are you? My name is Vic. I try to my best to answer as many questions as possible regarding cameras. If you're thinking about buying a camera, or you want to set up a stream, or you want to set up a little photography business, or do something with your cameras and you're having trouble deciding what camera to buy, drop your comment in down below and I'll try my best to answer it for you. And we'll go through a whole bunch of options if you have any, if you're trying to decide between some choices. I'm trying to set up my R6. What's the difference between LGOP, intra high, and standard? I don't know, actually. I usually set mine to LGOP, not intra high, but I think if I remember correctly, you could just Google that. I always use LGOP though. I forget. You could just put that into ChatGPT. Intra high, if I remember, was 6K, but I don't want to misspeak. I know that I use LGOP though. peak private viewer experience on YouTube. Is there only one person over here? Yeah, one person on YouTube. That's all right though. We're growing it, man. We're growing it. Slowly but surely, guys. Fun facts. What up, fun facts? What should I use? I have a CF Express, but intra high is large. I use LGOP. Have you put you're filming, right? I would really base that decision, bro, based off of your machine, based off of your computer and what it can handle. That's what I do, and that's what I've done in the past, because sometimes you don't need, if you're just recording random stupid shit, you know, you don't need to be at the highest quality, because your machine and your memory space is gonna take a hit. You know, your memory space, your storage capacity, I should say, is gonna take a hit. I used to do that, where I used to have everything at 6K, 8K, 4K, and then I'm like, bro, I'm just videoing like a tree gusting in the wind. You know, it was like nothing really important. So I'm reading LGOP is not good for fast stuff. Yes, intra 6K. Yeah. So intra was 6K, so you're gonna be using more, like it's gonna take up more space and stuff. But sometimes you want that, you know, it depends on what you're gonna be doing. Like sometimes I use 6K when I know I'm gonna be punching into something in the scene. So this is kind of where it goes to, how do I want to put this? You have to learn to film with some intentionality, you know, when you're using more of these like complex or like more like demanding codecs and settings. If you're just goofing around, just use the lowest setting, 4K 30, you know what I mean? Or 4K 24, whatever you like. For fun facts, no, don't lower your price. Give different price points with less deliverables. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Solid advice. Fun facts. I have a question. If a client doesn't want to pay the invoice that I'm offering, lower the price. Fuck no, dude. Get a new client. You guys, I do have a video on my YouTube channel that I made years ago that I was dealing with something similar. I don't know if I could probably find it real quick, but it was called How to Find Valuable Clients, or How to Identify Valuable Clients. And the whole premise of the video, I'll give you the scoop on it, but you should be looking for your client. You should be interviewing your clients as much as your clients are looking for you. I remember that it had a money tree on it. And basically it was like identifying here we go, how to find high quality.
That has to be a photographer.
Look at me right here. I don't have a teleprompter yet, and I wasn't good with script writing, so you can see my eyes trying to read from a paper script. Oh shit. Well, look at my eyes on this video, guys.
Photos.
You see there? I'm trying to read right there.
Least favorite question, and it should be a clue as to the sort of potential client that you're about to be working with.
Wow, what an intro. Look at that. Yeah, so I made a video about this topic a while ago, but essentially the gist of it is just like, you got to work with clients that know what they want. They have identified a budget for themselves and that aren't afraid to answer the question, what is your budget? You know what I mean? And you also have to develop the courage to ask that question. What's your budget? Let's see, Gerald. So I'm going to film some NASCAR stuff this weekend. That's why I'm worried about the LGOP versus the Intra. You know what I would do, Gerald, because you're probably going to miss a lot of shots and you're just going to go out there. I would say, like, is this a deliverable that you have to like turn in? Like, is somebody paying you for this, or is it just for you trying to capture some moments? If it's for a client and you're doing client work and you don't know this shit, you better get on it. You better get on it and figure it out quick. This is for me. All right. So what I would recommend for you, Gerald, is to set some alarms on your phone and have the alarms read, hey, switch over to LGOP. Hey, switch over to Intra. And then that way, when you go back into editing, you'll know which video was recorded and what, and you'll be able to kind of like practice a little bit so you can try what works for in one situation or that. I do that all the time. I'm like, hey, switch over to 4K 60. Hey, switch over to 4K 120 or 1080 120. Hey, switch over, because I'll forget and I'll just start filming shit, and then I'll get back home and then I'll just have one codec or one like timeline for everything, and then I kind of miss an opportunity. So I used to do that with my lens selections as well. So like, for example, I would go out and I would be shooting at like medium the entire time, and then I'd set an alarm on my phone that says, hey, switch lenses, and then I'd take out the lenses and force myself to shoot long, just to get in the habit of mixing up your shots, you know. So that's what I would do. I agree with Vic. Let the client go if they aren't willing to pay your price. Yeah, and also your price has to be reflective of your skill level. I'm not saying to be like a snobby person or anything like that, you know. Price yourself accordingly. But if you're working with a client that is a pain in the ass, even on their onboarding, it's better to just wash your hands of it, just to be done with that person, you know. That's kind of how I look at it. That's what that video was about, identifying high quality clients, because you don't need that headache, bro. You don't need that headache. My worst clients always have been the ones that are haggling on the price. Always, dude. Gerald, thank you for the follow, Gerald. Appreciate that. Let's see how Kick is doing. One viewer on Kick. I wonder if that's a real person. Who knows? I'm just happy that it's not like dying on me, which is cool. This is for me. That's smart. What I could do to set meet C1, C2, C3 settings. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Too many typos. All good, bro. Gerald, thank you for the follow, man. I can't believe I wasn't followed. It's all good, bro. It's all good. That's why I set little reminders. Oh, there's not that many people today on TikTok. There's more people on YouTube right now. Hey, YouTube. What's going on, guys? Yeah, TikTok's a little quiet tonight. No big deals. How should I close the deal? What are your reasons and why? Close the deal? What do you mean? First, give me some detail. What kind of job? What kind of gig is it? And how much are they? How much are you charging? Yeah, dude, Chester, those are the best, bro. Those are the best. You know, when they ask you, you know, if they really are resistant to like what the budget is, I always go high. I'm like, that'll be $4,000. I price it aggressively, hoping that they'll come back and say, oh, well, our price is only 35. Okay, well, let's take a look at this. You know, now we got a baseline. But like, I always go high. Oh, it'll be 4,000. Oh, this will be 5. It's just an example. Fun facts. I would encourage you, bro, to have these kind of role-playing sessions with ChatGPT so that you're a little bit more prepared for these things. But thinking of problems that don't exist is going to drive yourself crazy. You know what I mean? I encourage you to do like some role-playing with ChatGPT. I do it all the time, bro. I do it all the time. And give it parameters, you know, give it parameters. Give it like exactly what draw up the scenario. That will be half your annual revenue, please. Well, yeah, and like, why I don't like, if you guys ever go to my website, which I don't know why you ever would, but if you guys ever visit my website, let's see where I got it. I don't list my prices. Let's see if my website comes up, actually. Yeah, here, if on my website, like the only thing that's on here is, hey, I'm gonna creative strategy. I provide creative strategy and stunning visuals for your growing business, and then I have them book a call, book a free call. That's it. That's my website. There's no prices on here. I offer photo services, video services, creative consult, and then a full service package. No prices on any of them, because I don't know who's contacting me. You know what I mean? Some people that aren't in the business and don't really understand that kind of think like, oh, well, you're scamming people. No, it's if you're a proper business that has $1 million of revenue per year, I'm gonna charge you differently than somebody that works at a cafe. or somebody that's a mom and pop shop at a local coffee shop. You know what I mean? Like it's just what it is. One time I did a video for a barbershop and charged them $200 for a video, but it was too expensive, so I lowered to $160. Yeah, I wouldn't be lowering my prices, dude. Definitely would not be lowering your prices. But if you got the experience and that was worth it to you, you know, just don't get in the habit of doing that, really. If you needed $200 to do that job, it's because you needed $200 to do that job. If they only had $160 to pay, that's because they only can afford $160, and that's all right. But like I think it was Chester or Gerald was saying, I don't lower my prices. What I lower is the deliverables. That's why I'm trying to understand, how can I close the deal? You find new clients, dude. You find new clients, and you should probably focus on building your portfolio. You know, it's all right to be doing free work. I have another YouTube video where I go over doing free work. I can't even remember what that thumbnail looks like. Let's see. I can't remember. I have a video on how to price your work. Yeah, Yep. Getting started with product photography. Yeah, I have tons of videos, man. Tons of videos, and YouTube University is such a great resource, man. Yeah, YouTube University is a great resource. Golden Eagle Media. Hello, Golden Eagle Media. I love it when they say, "Are you still available for this date?" and don't complain about the prices. Yeah, man, those are the best, dude. Those are the best. They're like, "Oh yeah, fine." Those are usually people with businesses and also have a respect for their time and your time. You know, it's like it costs what it costs. Like, you know, they want something that you know you can deliver on. But there is one thing that is also super duper powerful that at the very beginning I didn't really take advantage of, but trying to get testimonials and getting referrals from people. So when you work with a client and you deliver at the end of that client's like gig or whatever, you ask them for, "Hey, can I use you as a referral, or can I get a testimonial from you?" Because that's how people usually get scammed for like wedding photographers. When they want a wedding photographer and they're trying to get a good deal, they're gonna find somebody that has 0 referrals and has an incredibly low price, and then they're gonna get on social media and complain about the shitty job that they did. Like, yeah, that's what else do you expect? You know what I mean? So while you're creating your portfolio and working with free clients and working with like any clients that you have, if you have a good experience after the job is done, make sure to ask them for a referral or a testimonial. YouTube University. Yep, YouTube University, man. It's a great place to learn. Last major client I worked with was AJ Hackett bungee jump, and it was like that, super sick. Yeah, it costs what it costs, dude, because he knows probably what he's gonna put you through, you know. Yeah. For those of you guys joining over on YouTube, hello, welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. Let me know if you guys have any camera questions. If you're thinking about purchasing a camera and you're undecided between your options, let me know what camera you're thinking about. Let me know what your budget is, and let me know what you want to use it for. And I will try to provide you with some options and some insight. I don't know why it sent that twice, my bad. It's all good, bro. I do have a poll over on YouTube. The poll that I put up today is, what kind of photography do you want to do? 40% of you said portrait, 14% said landscape, 14% said sports, and 29% said wildlife. In TikTok world, there's tons and tons of sports people. Also aviation guys. People that want to take pictures of planes and shit, which is kind of an interesting niche to me. I can see like jets and like fighter planes and military planes, but like Normal airplanes is a you know. Yeah, it's all good. All good. Post while it's fresh. Nice. I love when TikTok gives me is like, hey, here's a cool moment. Post it. Okay. Done. That time, Chester, your comment got blocked, bro. Have you had a chance to gander at Guillermo? No, let's check him out right now, actually. We'll do that right after I post this. Hold on. Post. I did save his name, though. There's Guillermo Gutierrez. Let's check him out. What did I do today? Oh, I worked today. I forgot. I worked from home today. Oh, got a couple things done at work, actually. It was actually pretty cool. Guillermo Gutierrez. And how do you know this person? You worked for him, or you just like his work? Oh, he's a Mexican photographer. He's an architect. Oh, very cool, dude. Very cool. I don't like these slow cascading photos. Let's see. I like his portrait work. His portrait stuff is kind of cool. He's doing something in the edit. What is he doing? He's adjusting the what is it? Not the clarity. Is it the sharpness? He's sharpening them a lot. I do like the black and white portraits, though. Yeah, stuff's cool. I work with him a lot. He is my photo partner. Shoots mostly JPEG. Why does he shoot JPEG? It looks like he does heavy editing too. Not on this one, but his edits, hey, if he's a working photographer and it's working for him, what's he shoot on? His portrait stuff is cool. Yeah, his portraits are nice. How do I choose the right Kelvin for the light when filming? Just make sure it looks right. You gotta make sure your white balance is set. Yeah, make sure it doesn't look too cool or too warm. And if you can control the light, then just match it to like a true white or a true gray. His portraits are sick. Definitely like his portrait work a lot. I remembered another, I should write this down. Polander, Alan Polander. Have you ever heard of Alan Polander? He has a pretty, it looks like an Instagram filter. His work is usually he crushes the blacks and the greens and shit like that. Yeah, I like this guy's, I like his portrait work. Or should I match the camera what the camera shows or adjust the light? It depends, man. It depends. You wanna make it look as natural as possible for most situations. How's Kick doing? Kick is cooking. Kick is cooking. Now that I figured out Kick, I'll probably go live with Kick for like a week or so, just like I've been doing with YouTube and stuff. And then I might as well just add Twitch now that I have it like kind of cooking, On these events we have to deliver. Oh, that's why he's JPEG. Got it. So he'll be done editing and have pics uploaded for shoot like 20 minutes. He shoots Canon and Nikon. Nice. What specific Canons does he use? You see, another professional, man. Another professional using Canon, bro. Yeah, that makes sense. If he has to have quick turnaround, his edits are quick. Do they take that much longer though? I guess in like a like a high stakes situation where you have to get things out quick, every second matters. So I get it. This is some amazing stuff, man. The photos are great just because of where you are geographically. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, the photos are epic because of that. And they're epic to begin with, but like, I like to think of like, how'd you guys get there? You know what I mean? I like these portraits. These are cool. Also, yet it's on tablet Lightroom mobile, so he needs light photo. Yeah. I get it. It makes sense. If it's good for his workflow, man. I was curious as to like why he actively chooses that, and your explanation was valid. Yeah, check out this this photographer. Let's see if I can find him. His name is Alan Polander. It's spelled A-L-E-N. Let's see if he comes up. There, Polander. This guy. And his work, you can see he has a style, you know, where he murders the blacks. And like, I take inspo from his editing style a little bit, but I just don't take cooler photos as he does. He also works with a lot of brands too. You see these blacks, like he just crushes the shit out of these blacks. Like, that's not what those rooftops look like, which is a choice. Yeah, Giovanni Martinez. What camera do you use to stream on TikTok, buddy? I'm using a Canon R10. Yeah, the grades are kind of cool, and these aren't very difficult to achieve. You know, look at these greens. Here's another thing, like he murders the greens and the blacks. Like, these are probably super bright greens, but he like crushed them to make that like that dark grade, which is a choice. You know, which is a choice. He darkens a lot of the blacks and the shadows, brings up the lights. Yeah, I watched a video of him editing, and I took a lot of inspiration from his edits. Just simple shit. This looks like a photo. Yeah, this is a photo, and then he added whatever these snowflakes are after that. I hope to be as cool as this guy one day. This is gonna be me when I grow up. What's his IG? He is Alan Polander on Instagram. But what I like about him really is his editing style. His photos are cool too, but his editing is like, he crushes the blacks and the greens and the oranges, and like, you know, darkens the shadows and adds like linear gray, linear masks and radial masks, you know. Yeah, but I agree, they are nice grades. I do know he's Canadian as well. He is Canadian. Yeah, and some of his photos are a little like abstract too, like not incredibly abstract, but like, fuck, dude, look at this photo, dude, with the lightning. What? I think that's New York City. No, I don't think that's New York City. It looks like New York City. Where is he? Oh, it is New York. Yeah, it is New York. Anybody here ever been to New York City to photograph? I've been once, specifically to photograph. Another cool, more video-based guy I know. A little it Chester captures. That's you, buddy. Yeah, simple ass photos, dude. Simple ass photos. You see this shadow right here? Like down at the bottom of this photo? This is like a linear mask. He probably went in one direction this way with the photo this way, and then he had another one come this way. Yeah, I should do an edit. Tomorrow I'm going to be going into Philadelphia for work. So maybe I'll capture some photos after work. Julia. Yeah, the photos are cool, dude. Do you just know all this stuff from doing it? Yeah, and I can see like right here this photo because I've edited so many photos. This is what I say when I advise people, when I give them the tip of like, take photos every single day and take that SD card, stick it into a photo editor like Lightroom, and just edit every single day. Look at other people's photos and see and learn how the tools work. Spending a lot of time on YouTube University and taking like Lightroom courses, like, you know, this isn't very complex. I can see right here that this little area right here is definitely super a lot brighter than the rest. So he probably did like a round oval radial mask, and then he darkened up the areas, and then he just uses layers. And make sure you're shooting raw. Exactly right. Make sure you're shooting raw. Raw helps to do these kinds of levels of grit. If you shoot just JPEG, you're gonna have a bad time. You're gonna have a bad time. Wow, TikTok is quiet tonight. It's all good. All good. YouTube is fine here. I still got one viewer over on Kick, but no comments. Set goals, channel activity, slow mode, followers only chat. Whoever you are over on Kick, it's not me. I don't think it's me. CPU 1.5, 30 FPS. What is this? Oh, that's how much time I'm going live. Dropped frames 0%. Everything looks healthy. Let's see. I wonder if Lightroom will explode my computer. You guys think Lightroom will explode my computer? Just gotta monitor my stuff. I have all of my like settings and stuff up here, seeing like how stuff behaves. Everything's sitting under 20%, so. So here's some photos actually that are from the past, from a photo shoot that I did years ago. This music is fire. JPEG is okay to edit, but RAW is best to edit. That's what you're saying. I don't know. Like, unless you're like Chester's buddy, you know, I don't really tell people to shoot in JPEG unless you don't do any editing whatsoever. Like, if you have zero plans to edit, like at all, then just shoot JPEG. But I always tell people just shoot in RAW and learn how to edit. Editing's fun, man. To me, taking the photo is very cool, but also editing is really cool. You know, I started playing lo-fi covers at home and noticed Martha's mood is much better. Lo-fi is cool. Lo-fi is super chill, dude. Julia, do you know what lo-fi? I mean, lo-fi covers are pretty cool. There's lo-fi girl, lo-fi hip hop. Okay, editing is cool. That's what I think. I think editing's cool. Who else is here? Where is Big T? I don't know where Big Texas is at. Big Texas is nowhere to be found. It's okay. He's probably working. But yeah, let's see what I got in this. I think this was just a day in a walk in Philadelphia. And I don't remember all these photos, but yeah, I had already edited some of these photos. And like if I go, yeah, yep. Where is my, what are the Shift W? Current mask. Yeah, so I already have a current mask on this. That red is a mask that I put in to just darken up one of these spots. I don't notice my computer lag and everything's fine. Basically in layman's terms, the JPEG is pre-interpreted image that your camera processed fully. Yeah, exactly right. It's already compressed down, so you don't have a lot of flexibility to edit, or as much. You can still edit a JPEG, but you just don't have as much to play with. Thank you, bro. No worries. You see this guy right here? This guy's just chilling. Let's see if we can find a decent I'm using Frono's photo color boomify. Let's use his famous Skittles. Skittles is too much. Universal Soldier. I lost my favorite preset pack. I did lose my favorite preset pack, so sometimes I just go back and then copy an old photos presets, like this one, whatever this is. This is Saltwater Taffy. So let's do Saltwater Taffy over here. Saltwater Taffy with no grain. And this is like that gradient that Mr. Palander was using. He just kind of stretches it across and then darkens the side. And then he also does a, what is it? Shift M? Shift M is radio, right? Yeah. Like this. And I'm just being kind of quick right here. And then he inverts this, or he brightens it depending on what he wants to do. Just a little bit, not too much. And then I'm gonna see if I can get some blues in here. There we go, just a little bit of blue, because it was a little orange. And that's it, that's the photo. Thank you, bro. Hello from NYC. What up, buddy? Vinzarate, all the grain. I have a photo edit video where I explain it more fully. If you're interested, it's rather intriguing subject to me. Just like the difference between normal vid and log profiles, which is different again. Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. I need to spend some time on your channel. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and this is just basic street photography, just looking at random stuff. Like this photo right here. Nothing too crazy. Super bright day. And on these days, you know, you don't always have to make like a huge deal out of going out to shoot photos. You just go out. Just point your camera at shit, you know? Also, Guillermo. Hello, Guillermo. Who's Guillermo? Where's Guillermo at? What's his name? Hello, Guillermo. Welcome to the stream. We just checked out your Instagram, buddy. You look pretty cool. I love your portraits. Yeah, your portraits were sick. I'll probably save this photo. I do like this photo. YouTube seems to be like super behind, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Dream settings. Oh well. Not too concerned about it. Oh, look, there's a stat. Yeah, here we go. Look at this one. This is 45 megapixels, guys. So this is the photo just right out of camera. And then if you zoom in like 300%, you can still see all of the data. Nice comp in this one. Yeah. Yeah, this is, you know, this is all not, none of these photos, you guys, are meant to like win any awards or prizes, right? That's not the point of like going out and shooting stuff. It's just trying to capture stuff so that you can take it into the edit and mess around with these tools. I remember this photo, and even though I took this photo like 3-4 years ago, I remember seeing these two couples. It looked like they were kind of arguing a little bit or just having a discussion, but they were a little animated, you know, not in like a bad way, but the way that they looked in like this area seemed really cool. And then I remember this area, this place of Philadelphia is called Society Hill. And there's some like kind of interesting architecture here because of these buildings. And I thought it was kind of neat. Again, just pointing the camera at shit. I do a lot of buildings. Because I love straight lines. So I definitely spend a lot of time trying to get good shots of like buildings. One, because they're easy to do. They're easy to do in my opinion, and then you can kind of straighten them out in the edit. But like the way that this photo is, like, again, none of these are gonna win any awards or anything because they're not meant to. They're not meant to. But if I add a linear gradient down here and kind of bump this down, I could like lower the exposure just a little bit, just to make it a little bit darker so that the blue pops just a smidge. You know what I mean? And compared to what it looked like before, it's not the biggest change in the world, but it's subtle. I also like to do window peeking a little bit to see like what people have going on in the photo. And whatever this person is, it looks like there's some sort of magazine cover on the window. But I do sometimes window peep a little bit to see what's going on in the just to see what's going on, because you'd never see that unless you like actually go into it, you know. But like this is 45 megapixels. Inactivity in my live. Yeah, they're pretty clear images. Here, I remember trying to capture this guy through like a couple of different like foregrounds. So I was just practicing, you know, just practicing. Oh, here we go. Here are these guys like chatting it up. Just sitting on a park bench, you know. Let's see. Damn it. No, I was shooting this. Is there anything here? Let's see. Saltwater taffy. 4:5 crop. Linear gradient. The blue's kind of cool. The blue of the water. And then I try to find something that's straight in the image, and then I try to straighten it out based off of the image. This photo's okay. Look at that. Not too crazy. I wonder if this works the other direction. Let's make a duplicate of this. Create a virtual copy. That's long exposure. So you need to have a tripod, and basically the sensor, or the sensor's collecting more light, but it needs to be perfectly still, because if you're hand holding it, you're gonna move. So the camera needs to be really still, and you set your TV, your shutter speed, to like 1 second, and then you just click the camera shutter, and then you'll hear it like engage, and then you count 1 second, and then it'll like take the picture. So it'll be open for like a second, and then to get it even more wavy, you do like 5 seconds or whatever. What is your cam for streaming? Canon R100? No, I'm using a Canon R10 right now on TikTok. I was thinking about using my R100 actually for streaming, just for fun. This photo actually works a little bit like this too, not gonna lie. It's a little unbalanced, maybe like this. Yeah, this works a little better. We'll put it like right there, I think. I don't like the R100 to do to be live for live. It doesn't have a flip out screen. You can handhold about 2 second shutter if you're a ninja. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, there are some pretty cool like long exposure photos where people use like lights and stuff. So like one thing that you can do, Julia, with the little ones is like you can give them a light to hold, like a tube light. If you can get them to do this, you can give them a tube light and like set the camera for like 5 seconds with a tripod, set the camera, take the picture, have the girls like, or have run around with the light like this, and then have her for the last portion of the second stay really still and like look directly at the camera. And then when the photo comes out, there'll be like a bunch of like light where she like ran around and kind of like and then you have her like looking still, and it'll be like kind of like a ghost kind of image, you know. So you can look up like long exposures, and there's some fun people do fun things with long exposures. You shoot with your Canon R10? Sometimes the right way. This photo was shot with, how can I check? Is it under the, I forget how to check. I can't remember what camera this was. I was using a 70 to 200 millimeter lens on this though. I was light painting, that's what it's called. Yeah, look up light painting for my long shutter Aurora pics just the other day for a yeah. Oh yeah, I saw someone draw a dinosaur with light. Yeah, so all you got to do is make sure that she comes back to the same spot where she started, you know, and make sure that she's like looking directly at the camera, which I know with a toddler is probably going to be I have an R100 to stream on TikTok. Do you like? No, not really. Not really. I don't like that camera, the R100, too much. I was thinking about using it for streaming, but I don't really. I have so many other cameras that I just kind of like using my R100 to make. I did print this photo out. I remember this photo. I remember mine being more blue though. Yeah. The R10, I just kind of have been using it for streaming. Well, I say to star. I say to star. Oh, use it. Yeah, if that's all you got, use it, man. Yeah, if that's all you got, Richie, use it, buddy. You a Canon or Sony shooter? I have Canon and I also have Sony. If there was a person, like a subject here, that would have been a cool photo. Like if there would have been a subject right here, that would have been nice. I don't think I was using an ND filter on this day. Yeah, the colors look cool, right? Yeah, the colors definitely look cool. This also would probably... What's black and white? The shortcut, is it... No. What's the black and white shortcut on Lightroom? Do you guys know? I forget. Is it V? Yeah, V. So this works in black and white too, but definitely the color is cool with the orange and the green. Maybe I can bump up the green a little bit. What do you guys think? No, that changes the color too much. Just the way you shot it is best, you know? Let's see, what is this original photo? Here we go. Yeah. I also like to play around with like the rules or whatever. You do that by hitting the O button on your keyboard and you get like different compositional rules. And then if you use Shift O, it like rotates the pattern. I guess that one's only really important for like this one, the golden ratio, where it kind of moves around. But after a while, after you do this for a little while, you kind of already like, I don't want to say memorize it, but you kind of have an idea where things are. And another really important thing, Julia, I think I left this on your camera. You set up all of the X pattern, the rule of thirds, so that you have an idea of where everything kind of falls, you know? Yeah, that one was pretty cool. This is where I was talking earlier that there's some cool like architecture in this area. That was kind of interesting. I guess I did do some color changing on this one. So the actual photo is a little bit more yellow, but I did change it to orange. Only because if you guys look at a color wheel, let's see if we can bring one up. If you guys look at a color wheel, there are like complementary colors that go together, and like depending on the placement, if you understand where the color wheel is, like there are some colors that go better together with other colors. You know, there's complementary, contrasting. I actually forget all of the color wheel rules. Let's see if that comes up. I forget what they actually call it. Is this it? Color wheel theory, that's what it is. Complementary, monochromatic, analogous, triadic. So I guess in my case, this picture over here was triadic. or because I went with green and orange. So yeah, maybe triadic is probably the best example of it. Learn more about colors. Colors can be fun. You ever use frame outlines for video when shooting open gate? Yeah. On my camera, the R6 Mark III and the C50, I have my shit with like a ton of different guidelines, like a lot more than I need to actually. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. You can't beat 60 megapixels, I guess, right? Let's see. Saltwater taffy looks okay. Blues Clues. C41. I think I like saltwater taffy for these. These don't look too bad. Icy. Let's go to thick. No. Saltwater taffy's all right, but Icy looks all right too. Let's zoom in on this guy. Let's see what he's up to. I will lose the foreground though a little bit if I go this way. So maybe we'll go this way and let's cut this up. Let's do 6x10. Let's go 6x9. There we go. I want to kind of knock this up just a little bit. Stephanie the Great. How are you, Stephanie the Great? How you doing? It might be better if I if I zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, it might be better if I just ignore the statues. Create a virtual copy. And let's just go to a 4x5. Yeah, 4x5 is fine. Again, not gonna win any awards, guys. That's not the point. We're just kind of goofing. And I'm trying to see where I can kind of line him up that kind of makes sense. And I think he looks best right in the center, to be honest. Maybe a little bit back. And then the last thing that I do is I try to find something that is like straight. And then I try to straighten them up. I think that's it. Not going to win any awards, but that'll be fine. And then you move on. And the none of these other photos are as interesting, but the one where he's looking to the side definitely is. In my opinion, I think it's more interesting. Picture of a cool car. Society Hill. There's a bunch of old people that live over there. Oh, flowers. Look at this. Oh, they're out of focus. Damn it. This one's nice. Saltwater taffy. Look at this. Let's bring this down a little bit. Maybe bring down the highlights. Yeah, just a little bit. Now we can brighten it up a little bit more. There we go. Yay! We got one. We got one. This is straight out of camera. This is what the photo looks like straight out of camera. So the photo by itself looks already pretty decent. Yeah, definitely saltwater taffy is one of my favorites for this this shoot right here. YouTube, what's going on, YouTube? You guys are quiet over there today. What's going on? I think Chester must have left. The right way. Here we go. Been editing JPEG thinking it was better than RAW. I shoot both, but I just edit JPEG. No, you should definitely be shooting editing RAW, bro. For sure. What ND filter do you use for 7200? I just use KNF Concept. I have the right way in my Amazon storefront, the first link in the description. I have all of my gear that I use, and I have a section that has lenses and filters, and here you can see all of the stuff that I use, and you can find this I believe on YouTube. It's the first link in the description. So I have all my ND filters, all my polarizers, all my mist filters, tripods, all that stuff right here. But the brand is KNF Concept. Oh, I remember this photo. Yay. I remember shooting these photos and like, oh, f5.6. I was at a higher f-stop. C41 no grain. For some of these, I need to remember to be like at a higher, at like f8. Shoot only RAW. You sell presets as well? Okay, I'm gonna check. Thank you. I don't sell I do have some presets for sale, but I don't advertise them. They're nothing too special. I might make them free one day. I need to prioritize that, but on purpose? Yeah, on purpose, because look at what happened. Like, I would have really liked this photo to be so if you go into this photo, Julia, and I can see what was in focus. What was in focus was this. But because this is in focus, now this is out of focus. So I would have liked for all of this to be in focus, right? So now that I can see this photo whole, I'm going to actually create a virtual copy of this. And then I always, when I find one photo, I always just rotate the, oops, bad. I always create a virtual copy of it and then edit another version of it. Because once I like one, you see this? This is a much better. Because now there's a little bit of green and some purples over here. Again, not going to win any awards over here, guys, but that's not the point, man. That's not the point. And now we darken this area. And before it was like this. Before it was like super bright. You see that? And now when I bring this in and bring down the, it was like this. But now when I bring it down a little bit, now the red kind of gives it a little bit more, it looks better. It's not as overexposed. And then just kind of playing around with this a little bit. Just seeing what you like. I'm here multitasking. Oh, no worries, bro. No worries. I was just checking in. Gotcha. I want to print all your pictures. I print a lot of my stuff. I do print a lot of my stuff, but yeah, this is the photo raw. This is the photo right out of camera. And then this is the edit. So I also crushed some of it. Ben's Tech Channel. What's up, buddy? Doing some editing today. Had to get myself scone for lunch. What time is it, bro? Where are you? It's like 11 p.m. over here. Ben's Tech Channel. Thank you so much for the gifts, broski. Appreciate it. Yo, I saw your new bike video today, man. You had like a motorized bicycle? Oh, also, I did edit a video yesterday, and I thought of you while I was editing, man. I started off the shot. I got these headphones, and I started off the shot by like showing the product to the camera. Be like, these are the new Nothing headphones, Nothing A headphones, or whatever they're called. They're actually pretty nice. Pretty fancy. This brand did a nice job. Yo, you should probably work with these guys, bro. Nothing? They're doing like a big campaign. If they reached out to me, they'll definitely reach out to you. I'm sure you actually, you know what, now that I say that, you probably already have a whole thing with them worked out. But good to see you, Ben's Tech Channel. Appreciate it. Ben Picks. Hello, I'm planning to buy a 55-200 for like 120 bucks. Is that a good purchase? I don't know. It's 120 bucks. I don't really like that lens too much, but 120 bucks is whatever, you know? I'm in New Zealand, gotta eat, then go to the gym. Oh, okay, my bad. Got it. New Zealand. Jesus. Is that where you're based out of, New Zealand, or are you out there on a job, Chester? I'm planning to haggle it down a bit, so if I could try, yeah, anything below, if you can get it down a little bit lower, totally fine. I wouldn't be expecting too much out of that lens, though, man. Truthfully. Here, I took a picture of a stump. They're not all gonna be winners, man. Yo, I've been trying like to get a picture of like what is that poster of the Beatles album cover of them walking, Abbey Lane? Wait, the live was glitching for a second. All good, man. All good. No big deal. What is Kick up to? Kick is still kicking, man. Kick is still kicking. One person viewing. Don't know who that person is. Thank you for viewing on Kick. Appreciate it. It's like 11 a.m. in Asia. Jesus. It's 11 p.m. in the United States. Yeah, Abbey Road. Yeah, Abbey Road, exactly. Time is 4 p.m. and I live on the edge of a huge national park in Tianu, then Yosemite and Yellowstone combined. Wow, where is Te Anua? Is that that sounds like one of the Polynesian islands. Wow, I feel boring. Yeah, I feel boring too. South Island, New Zealand. Very cool, broski. Very cool. It's like a crazy flight to get down there. I think it's like 24 hours, if I'm not mistaken. And I only know that because a buddy of mine went to New Zealand for a honeymoon, I think. And it was like a 23-hour flight or whatever. You should all come by one day. One day we'll be out there. Yeah, I have a dream of mine is to visit all of the continents of the world. I've made it to United States, Central America. Is Central America a continent? I don't think so. Europe, and that's it. So I got to go to Asia, Australia, Africa, and South America. I think South America is next for me, though. I think South America is next for me. Coppertone. It's lagging a lot. Sorry. Is my stream lagging? Julia, Chester? I shouldn't be lagging. Everything looks fine on my end. CPU 1.7. Yeah, everything's cooking fine on my end. Good on my end? Cool. Yeah, I would just close out my your app and then reopen it, bud. Nah, it's solid. Yeah, everything looks fine on our end. Not too much. Like a minute ago, for me, it was like for Central America. All right, I'll be back. Yeah, it's all good. All good, man. Sometimes that happens, bro. If this guy was looking at me, that would be a better picture. Or if this guy was drinking something, that would be a cool picture too. Or smoking a cigarette. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Let's see what these cool guys are doing. Oh, look, I already edited this photo. I got him to look at me. Ha ha ha. Gotcha. A tale as old as time. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Exactly right, bro. Exactly right. Usually, how do you denoise your photos at like a high ISO? I don't really do a lot of denoise. I think denoise really kills your image. But I just properly expose my photos. Was this guy smoking a cigarette? Is that a cigarette? It is a cigarette. Ha ha ha. Got him. Let's see. Is he smoking one here? No, he's just putting it out. But we got some ashes right around here, or some embers. Yeah, you see this? I'm trying to master. Yeah, that's pretty bait. 101. You just got to spend more time. Spend more time doing it, buddy. This photo. Let's see what we can frame in here. Maybe right here. Yeah, I think this works right here. No, right around here. I always like to give space, equal amount of space for the subject. So if you guys look at his elbow to the edge of the frame, I try to give this person's body about the same amount of space. So I like to put him right in the frame, about this, like right in the center. And then I try to do the same for the top. You know, the top isn't as important, but the bottom, I always want to give somebody negative enough space down at the bottom. Don't want to cut off their feet. Brian, 28 to 200 Tamron, just bought it, and is it any good? I don't know. I've never used it. Uncle Robot. Hi, I'm new learner of photography. I'm considering a Sony 6700 and A7C II. So which one would you recommend? Thanks. Probably the A7C II for sure. That's what I would recommend. Remember there was a guy, this place, Julia, this place right here, it's called Ishkabibbles. It's like a famous, pretty famous here in Philadelphia. Ishkabibbles, look. It's fun to say. That's a funny name. It is a funny name. Yeah, it's a restaurant. It's pretty famous here, locally famous, and it's like, hey, you're going to Ishkabibbles. Get a good cheesesteak, you know? Look at this guy staring me down. He's like, I see you, bro. I see what you did. Cheesesteaks, regular Philly stuff. If you guys ever make it out to Philly, I'll take you to the famous cheese place. Whoa. Yeah, this guy's like, you put, and he's wearing a mask, so you already know what year this was, right? This was 4 years ago. No, 6 years ago now. Jesus. 2020 was when COVID was around. Oh my God. This actually might be the photo right here. Instead of all this detail right here, I might just like virtually like make a virtual copy of this and then re-edit this like this. 16:9 and just do this. Should he be center? You guys think he should be center? A little bit lower like this maybe. Yeah, I think this works. He's been through it. Yeah, he had a bad shift. He's like, look at this fucking asshole over here taking my photo. GB Lantern. What up, GB Lantern? How are you? Hey, man, started watching you like 3 days ago and I'm hooked and you've helped me in my journey. Good for you, man. Good for you. What kind of content do you make, GB Lantern? We're just kind of hanging out today. It was kind of quiet over in TikTok and YouTube was as usual. So I just started kind of editing some of my old photos. We got 2 viewers on Kick. All right, Kick. All right. Look at me go. Look at me go. Yeah, I think I'm definitely, by this weekend coming up, I'm gonna just add Twitch to the stream. Because now that I know that my computer can handle all of this, Lightroom, probably won't be able to handle Premiere Pro, but maybe we'll see. It might. It might. Some PC gaming, but I'm also going to simulator golf streaming soon, but still finding my... Oh, cool, bro. Curious, Vic, do you play Dungeon? I do not. I do not. My, definitely no D&D. Video games, usually first person, like, AAA titles. Call of Duty, you know, every once in a while. But I usually like the story mode, you know. Henry Miller, what up, Henry Miller? How are you? Would the Sure sniper autofocus lenses that you have pair well with the Sony? Yeah, they would. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they're pretty cheap lenses, man. They're definitely worth trying. Definitely worth trying. I would at least buy... Which one are you looking at, Henry Miller? I would at least take a look at the... I would at least take a look at the 30 or the 23 or the 16. If you guys are over on Kick, what kind of cameras do you currently use? What kind of creator are you guys? I can't see who people are over on Kick, actually. What are all these? Stream preview, activity fee. What is this? Channel action. Oh, that's activity feed over there. Followed my channel. Mod actions. Chat. Okay. Session info. Channel actions. Stream info. Okay. Was looking at all 3, probably getting the bundle. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, they sell the bundle in a little different different configurations. Well, just 3 configurations, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I bought them all, but they sell them as the 16 and 75, which is nice. The 16 is very, very useful. The 75, I think I've maybe used once. But probably if I could only have one, knowing what I know now, I think I would get the 23 millimeter. A7 IV. I heard the background blur was released. It's an f1.2, dude. Yeah, it's an f1.2. The f1.2 is wild, bro. Sony A7 IV. Thumbs up, Sony A7 IV. Yeah, thumbs up, A7 IV for sure. Should I get both? I'd probably try one. I would probably try one, you know, see what you think of it, you know, that way you don't commit too much money. Because unless you need... I bought all 5 of them because I know... Are you pretty good with, like, focal lengths, like knowing off the top of your head? Because I know that I'll have a use for all of mine. I got a deal on all 5. Like, they were on sale or whatever. But I'm pretty comfortable with my focal length, so like I know that I'll be... And it was my first Sony lens kit that I bought, so I was like, I'm gonna get all of them just so I have the entire focal length that I need, you know. So that was my thinking. Yeah, that was my thinking with buying all of them. But again, I know all my focal lengths already. So it wasn't that big of a decision for me. I have a 24-70 2.8 and a 50 millimeter. What lens should I get next? With me being a hybrid shooter. Depends if you need something wide. If you need something wide, I'd probably do 15-35 or a 16-35. Or if you want something long, I would get the 70-200. But I would work my way to completing the Holy Trinity. The Holy Trinity of lenses. Sometimes when I take these kind of photos, I'm hoping that these people turn around and spot me so that I can get some eye contact with them. So like when you see photos of the backs of people's heads and stuff, I'm hoping that they actually turn around. Oftentimes they don't, and sometimes they do. This was a cool looking car. I think we're almost done with this set here. Yeah, I'm pretty good with lengths. I need some lenses to start out. I've done an extensive research. Okay, yeah. Then if you can afford all 5 of them, if you can afford the kit of all 5, I think it's a pretty solid way to go. All 5 of them is pretty expensive, but you have an entire kit, dude. You have 16-75. You know what I mean? So like that is like full coverage. My favorite, the one that I use the absolute most, is the 23 millimeter. I love that one just because I love the 23 millimeter focal length. Very, very cool. 16 is great for talking head. Like if you're going to be doing like YouTube content or talking head videos, 16 is a must. 33 and 56, those are really nice for portraits, you know, and like still life. And then the 75 is just going to be a portrait monster. You know what I mean? If you want to do like headshots and stuff. All of them autofocus lenses. They all have the same thread size except for the 75. I think the 75 has a bigger thread size, which was kind of a bummer, but that's okay. What's the Holy Trinity? The Holy Trinity of lenses. I encourage you to Google it. Or I'm sorry, YouTube it. But anybody that's in photography should try to complete the Holy Trinity of lenses in their collection. It's the 15-35, 24-70, and 70-200. You already have the 24-70, so you should either go in one or the other direction. 15-35 on the wide, or 70-200 on the telephoto side. Like I haven't done work with pro level cameras, and I'm getting the one of the Sony. You said, which one are you getting? The 64, right? Yeah, which camera are you buying again? Remind me. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to buy all 5 lenses. I would start small with like the just an individual lens is fine, you know? And you don't have to get all 5 of them, you know, obviously. Get what you want. Yeah, either 64 or the 67. I would get, if you can swing it, Henry, I would get the 67 and just be done with it. Just buy the best of the best in that series, which is the 6700. You're not going to be disappointed. It's not that much more money brand new either, is it? I think it's like, how much is the 67 and the 64 brand new? Are you buying brand new or used? Sony 6700. Yeah. 1600 bucks. And then the next one is 64. I think this is like 1200, right? Last time I checked, 1100. Yeah, so there's a, what is that? A $600 swing. I think it's worth it, dude. Yeah, it's a $600 point difference. So what I would do, Henry, if it's between these two, man, is this is what I tell everybody to do. Go to bnhphoto.com and type in A64 and just put them in the compare, dude. And just like noodle it over, feed it to Chat GPT, you know, and just ask your questions about it. It's like, hey, which one do you think is here? Which one is right for me? Based off of, I do that shit all the time, man. I use it to help me make decisions. And then I'm looking at these things, right? And this allows you to look at these cameras like side by side. It's my opinion that this price difference here from 11 to 16 is what, a $500, $600 price difference. You're going to be getting a better sensor. You're going to be getting IBIS. You're going to be getting the bigger battery. You're going to be getting the better autofocus. Still the same 11 FPS, but that's okay. That's fine. You're going to get 10-bit video, bro. This is a big deal. 10-bit. Yeah, video output right here, 10-bit as well. Yep. Yeah, it's a $500 swing. If you can make that, and look, you got a better screen as well. More dots. Yeah, there's no arguing it's a better camera. You know, there's no arguing it's a better camera. Choice is yours, of course, but I never encourage anybody to go into debt for a camera, but I do encourage them to buy the best that they can afford. Yeah, buy the best you can afford. I'm in Canada and it's on a deal on Amazon for $17.98. Oh, nice, dude. If you could do me a solid and use my link, that would be greatly appreciated, Henry. Greatly appreciated. I don't know if it would work because you're in Canada, but if you can try, that would be appreciated. It doesn't cost you any extra. And it throws a couple of shekels my way. Whoops. Whoopsie. Big Texas. We were just talking about you, bro. A couple hours ago, actually. You're like, yo, where's Big Texas at? Big Texas showed up. Big T. Good or bad? No. We were just, I was commenting. It was all good. We were commenting that today's TikTok stream was super quiet. It was just like 3 or 4 people, which is all I need. I'm glad and happy that each of you guys are here. But I was commenting that it was kind of quiet on TikTok. Normally it's not like that. And YouTube was winning. At one point, I think I had like 4 or 5 people here, maybe a little bit more. And also I figured out my kick stream. Now my kick is not freaking out on me. So I'm happy with that. We made some progress today, man. Made some progress. Yeah, made some progress. And now I'm just, because it was kind of low, it was kind of quiet today, I decided to do some editing. Look at these guys right here. They love each other. Oh, nice, bro. I see that you are. Yeah, just doing some editing. It was because it was kind of quiet, you know. Yeah, it's kind of quiet today. Big T, we missed you, he says. Chester over on YouTube was like, where's Big T at? It's a Monday. You know what? I did forget that throughout the weekdays, on the mornings, weekday mornings, they are really lively. People are just getting out of bed. And then weekday nights are low. You're right about that. 100% right. Look at this guy right here. His name is Luke. Luke Hopley. Let's see, Luke. Do you do anything interesting, Luke? I wish he was standing next to these flowers a little bit more. Look at these. Damn it, Luke. What up, Chester? Damn it, Luke. He's a park ranger. Philly has a couple of like national parks in the middle of the city. So like oh, it's because there's a lot of like national attraction, like the Independence Hall and shit like that, where like the Declaration of Independence was signed, where freedom was born, America. Nah, Mr. Luke didn't do anything interesting. That's it. That's it. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy today. Oh, let's export those actually. Let's see. Library. Edit these. Filters. Let's see. What did we pick today? So this is what we chose. This is from the last time I was editing. So these are today's selects. Some architecture shots. I thought this one was kind of interesting. Right now, I just work with what you got till the 67. I have a crappy Canon. Must be nice over here. It's nothing but mesquite and rocks. What do you think about the power? I love the PowerShot V1. Brewman, yeah, the PowerShot V1 is nice. Over here is nothing but mesquite and rocks. You can probably get some cool photos with that, man. You got to get out there, bro. I was like, there's only so many rock photos I can shoot, right? What happened to my mouse? Hello? Where does my mouse go? Oh, there it is. There it is. Look at this guy zooming. He's like, wee. When did you take this? Was in 2020, bro. Yeah, these are some old ass photos that I was just kind of going through. I did like this one a lot more. I did like it a lot more than I thought. I wonder if I can lower the blues a little bit. You know what I could do? You think I can get the blues out? Wonder if I can do like a select sky. Let's see if it chooses the sky. Hey, it did. Look at that. Let's go to blue. No, that's not it. Hue. No, that might be totally blown out though, to be honest. Ah, there it is. Look at that. That's a little too much. But just a little bit of blue. That makes it a million times better, doesn't it? Wow. The right way. What's the best camera you have? What's the best camera I have? Probably the C50. So much better. Yeah, the blue looks nice. And look, there's a little cloud. Wow. We didn't even see the cloud, did we? You are missing the little spot by the wall. Little spot by the wall? That's the top of the line camera. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a Nikon Coolpix and a Canon PowerShot. Both just bridge cam. All good, Henry Miller. All good, man. Never mind. Yeah, that actually turned out better. You see, I took this photo 6 years ago, and I never would have edited it like this back then. It looks nice like that. Yeah, for sure. The blue kind of definitely helped out. Oh, see, now we can talk about that tertiary, right? What were we saying earlier, guys? The color wheel? Yeah, look. Kind of like an orange, red, blue, and green. We got the green, we got the orange, we got the blue. Wow. Amazing. All right, Chester, I'll see you tomorrow, broski. Thanks for stopping in. I'll be back tomorrow morning. I'm about to log off here in a little bit after we finish these anyways, because I got to get my ass to bed. I will be back early in the morning, though, but we're going to run through the rest of these photos just to... It wasn't that many selects. So we got this guy on the motorcycle, on the little meet. We got some flowers. Oh, and I did like this edit as well for this flower over here. This one, these ones. These ones turned out nice. The right way. I'm trying to get my first. You should do it. You should do it. Save up for it. Sorry, I'm new, but is this raw file? These are raw files. They are. You know, one thing I was thinking about doing, guys. Let me know if this is a solid idea or not. I'm thinking. This is Frono's Photos. Frono's Photos. I don't know if you can see the little text over here, but this is all Frono's Photos stuff. This one is Blue's Clues. What was I saying? I'm thinking about offering a couple of my pictures, raw files for free, so that people can like mess around in Lightroom with them. Skittles. I don't like Skittles as much. My favorite is in ProPack 4 is Saltwater Taffy, and High C is my favorite. And this one was Blue's Clues. On this one, I used C41. C41. But I think his better pack is ProPack 4. But they're fine, you know. Lightroom has a lot of built-in packs anyways that I like. And then you kind of make the photos your own after a while, you know? Oh, and then this guy's photo. This guy's staring at us right here. Is a 16 MacBook Air 2026 fine for photo processing and editing? For photo processing, yeah, for sure. I don't really recommend MacBook Airs just because they're not as powerful as the other ones are. We're open. How welcoming, right? Oh, and also he has a help wanted sign up here. Experienced only. All right, dude. Must be able to work nights and weekends. He's sick of this shit, is what he's saying, right? He's like, fuck, I just kill me now. This photo did come out pretty. Oh, look at this guy. Look at these guys. These guys are staring at me too. They're like, what the fuck is this Joker doing over here? Taking photos of me. So we had a good day today, boys and girls. We had a good day today. We had a good day today. I'm going to be heading out. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Julia, let me know when you open up that care package. I'm excited to see you use it, and I hope that you put it to good use. Big Texas, always a pleasure. YouTube, you guys were quiet today. That's all good, though. It's all good. I'll be back early in the morning around 7 a.m. and I'll be doing another live. If you haven't followed or you haven't subscribed already on TikTok, YouTube, or Kick, hey Kick, you guys were quiet, very quiet. Now is your opportunity to do so. Adios.